All right, let's welcome in Leger Douzable and Smoke Dixon joining us from our 24/7 studios in Nashville. Smoke, I'm going to come to you first here for your reaction. You guys were kind of talking back and forth in the break about this game, and what does this result tell you about where Florida is right now?
Florida needs to go back home and hit that reset button. If you're a good team, one thing that you have to do is you have to have a really, really good run defense. And today they got punched in the mouth repeatedly and didn't show back up with any effort. You watch the game, you didn't see anyone screaming and yelling. You didn't see any emotions from this. And when you get road railed like that in the football game, there should something should be said.
Smoke and Jeremy, Florida lost this game coming off the bus. They lost the physical battle. You cannot give up 329 rushing yards and 280 to one player alone in Ray Davis and expect to win the game. We talked about this in the pregame, Jeremy. Usually when Florida loses, it's because Graham Mertz turns the ball over. He did have an interception, but it wasn't on him. One of his receivers didn't catch the ball cleanly. It got tipped up. Kentucky picked it off. Graham Mertz played actually really well in this game. Only had 5 incompletions and threw 2 touchdowns in this game. So this wasn't on Graham Mertz and the offense. Their defense literally packed their bags and left them on the bus and didn't show up. When you lose the physical battle, that's what Smoke was talking about. You need to have a reset button. It's one thing to lose schematically, but when you lose, when somebody punches you in the mouth, you have to look in the mirror.
Yeah, defense couldn't stop a balloon in this game. Okay, so what did we learn about Kentucky today then?
That if Devin Leary continues to play like this, I don't know if they're going to be ranked in the top 25 because their run offense literally won this game. But are you going to be able to run the ball like this every single week? The thing about Kentucky, besides this Florida game, they had scored at least 35 points, Jeremy, in every single game. So even though Devin Leary was turning the football over, he was still able to throw the ball down the field at times, right? But he's going to have to play more efficient football if they want a chance to maybe make some noise in the SEC. You cannot go, I believe he went 9-20, and think that you're going to win a lot of games in the SEC. There's going to be a time where a team stacks the box and they force Devin Leary to win the game. Will he answer the bell is the question.
Smoke, what do you think?
Well, here's what you got to understand about Kentucky. They just showed you a good brand of running the football and playing defense. If you can do that, you have a chance every single week. I understand that the quarterback's not playing at its best, but when you have a run game, you can babysit that quarterback. You got guys on the outside that can create explosive plays. But this playbook and this offense is geared for a quarterback as such. Just be a table setter and a game manager with a healthy run defense behind you and a healthy run game. I think UK is going to have a little bit more to say as we go down the line in terms of SEC play.
Okay, so Smoke, when you look at this result and you look at the AP poll here, all right, Florida come into this game as the ranked team, Kentucky the unranked team. Are you expecting a flip here, Florida to fall out, Kentucky to come in?
1,000%. I think Kentucky is doing just enough, and they're trending in the right direction as the season's going to go on. I like this UK team.
Yeah, I like what you talked about, Smoke. Them being able to run the football, play defense, kind of an old school brand of football by Coach Stoops and them in Kentucky. Jeremy, you're right. There will be a flip, right? Florida will be knocked out of the top 25 because they got embarrassed on national TV. And Kentucky, you would think, goes into that 20 to 25 range. And as long as you can be physical, run the ball, play defense, that gives them an opportunity to smoke. But again, I think until Devin Leary can make some plays down the field, there will be a team or two in the SEC that will stack that box, limit that run game. Then it'll be on Devin Leary to make some noise. But right now, you have to love the brand of football that Kentucky is playing.
They're going to get into the top 25. The question is, can Leary keep them in the top 25? Because next week, Georgia. Leger Douzable, Smoke Dixon joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Instant reaction to Florida losing to the Kentucky Wildcats. And not just losing, they lose big here. This is a big loss for Florida, ranked 22nd in the nation. They were 1.5 point underdogs coming into this game, and they get smoked 33-14. As mentioned, next for Kentucky, they go to Jordan Hare to take on, or pardon me, they're going to Athens next week to take on Georgia. Florida host Vanderbilt as they look to get back to winning ways.